Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and MM The nightly podcasts are Palace Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like all the shows.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to a different edition of Ken and Ken on the JB's network here. Technical issue on our end. Thank you, JB, for the save this morning.
Hey, I just said, hey, at least we get the intro. We go live on Roku and we go live into my YouTube.
Yeah,
we'll get some Lions fans on here and a couple Bears fans because that's what I usually have every morning.
Yeah, I'm sending it out on my page.
Right on time.
Yeah, I'm going to try to send it. We're missing our Twitters and everything else. Good morning, Matt. Matt's like, hold my beer. I can find you.
If you create restream, you can on your end, Ken.
Oh, can I? All right. Let me.
All
right. Well, we're.
But for now, at least we're live.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least we're live. Hey, we've got some news. Bad news in Chicago, I guess. Odunze's got a grade 1 MCL strain. So you know what it is, guys. You know what it is, right? Think about it. What was the big injury last year? The Achilles. Well, this NFL season, it's going to be MCL strains. We've already got 2.
Hey, at least they both seem. Yeah, at least they both seem like grade 1, so they should only miss maybe a week to 3.
Yeah, I would say that the Odunze one is a little less impactful.
Yeah, but they're talking that Jordan Love might be able to start this week.
Bro, I know. I was about to say. I cannot even believe I heard the coach say that.
Yep.
I think that's a mistake, honestly. I mean, not, you know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't want him to play. I do.
I'm not there. I'm not looking at it, and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to say I know better. But they say they're not going to rush him back if he's not. They don't want him to hurt himself, but they're going to. He hasn't even been cleared by doctors yet, so if he's cleared, then they're going to take it to the next step. That's what you do. You get cleared. If you can get cleared, then we go from there.
Yeah, that's pretty much what LaFleur said. Is that if he gets cleared, he'll start. If not, we're rolling with Malik Willis.
Yeah, we didn't talk to any other quarterbacks. They didn't consider getting any other quarterbacks. All that bullshit about calling fucking Tannehill or fucking, it was all crappy. I mean, the coach flat out said we did not talk to anybody else. That's just rumor.
So Ian Pellisario didn't know what they were talking about when they tweeted that out one day.
Nope.
The coach straight up said, he goes, all of a sudden, all these reports were out. He goes, mysterious reports. I was like,
mysterious reports. It was the voices in his head talking to him.
I know Love wasn't going on, and it in case he can play. You know what? They do not want to start Malik Willis and have to call Sean Clifford up to back him up. Because the one thing we know Mill can do is run, but what he down before contact. He does not slide. His slide is worse than Matt Stafford and Jared Goff's combined.
I'm gonna say this about the press conference I saw. When the coach talked about his number 2 guy, I wasn't quite as convinced because he's like, look, he's our number 2. He what, 2 weeks? How could he know the system better than Clifford? He's been in it for 2 years.
Right.
I don't believe it. I think it's all just.
So, Rob, you think we should just roll with Clifford and whatever happens?
I think it's going to end up happening. I think it's going to end up being like that. I think it's going to end up being like that, bro. That's how I think it's going to go.
Well, now everybody that was screaming to start Clifford last year might get their opportunity and see why it was a moronic statement.
Right. I don't know, man.
Are you listening, Homer's children?
Hey, JB, quick question.
Yeah.
Can I add another location to where we're streaming right now?
What? If I don't have access to it, I think you have to be able to do it, and I might have to send you another link to be able to share it.
Okay.
But it'll only take a second for you to hop back in.
Yeah, do that. I'm going to set up these 2 locations.
Okay.
All right. While you guys are doing that, what did we think about Monday night's game? About how Rodgers got absolutely stomped by the 49ers defense again. And then did we
funny.
Oh, yeah. Especially his look at the end of the game. Rodgers is like a meme generator now.
If you want my personal opinion, I literally think Rodgers was afraid of Leonard Floyd so much that he could not concentrate.
That could definitely be it. Or the fact that he did nothing in the offseason.
Bro, it's Rodgers being Rodgers, man. But he's old now.
Yeah, that's the other thing of it is, you could do that when you were in your prime. Just turn it on whenever you wanted.
Yeah.
What I couldn't believe is how bad the Jets' defense looked.
Oh. Well,
Giant defense didn't look no better.
You know, it's another one of those things that showed up when you travel.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, broski?
Because when they travel to 1 and 2 time zones, defenses travel really well. Your area and your defense doesn't seem to do as well. We've seen Arizona. They gave up in the second half and gave up the lead to Buffalo because they couldn't stop anybody. Yeah. And it was the passing game as well as the run game in the second half that beat them.
Yep, absolutely.
Mostly Allen, but
facts on that, Matt. He's not 25 no more. None of us are. None of us.
Yeah, I'm the closest to it.
All the NFL was like, Aaron Rodgers is going to go out there and light it up like he always does versus everybody. Remember all that talk for the last 4 weeks about it? Oh, it's going to be a great Monday night football game. And guess what? If you bet the over or under, it was a hit the 51 exactly.
And then did you guys see the interview with the backup running back there for the 49ers? I forgot what his name is. But he was he was apparently told Friday that Christian McCaffrey was not starting and that he was.
Hey, I just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Who said on Wednesday they might not have free? Do you remember that, Ken? Do you remember that?
I got a feeling it might be this one bald Lions guy that I know.
I put it right on the podcast that you were on. I sat there and go, there's a chance that McCaffrey can play. He's been dealing with a groin, and I think because he's been nursing it, he got another injury, is what I'm hearing.
Good morning, good morning, JB's dad with a superior name.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we got Smoking Dad, the third Ken.
What a superior name. I'm outnumbered. Yes, I get it.
3 Kens and a JB with Rob. Hey, did you send that link, JB?
It won't let me add the event one because we're live. So
okay, that's
sorry.
live. Okay.
Yeah,
no problem.
We had to get rolling. I didn't want us to be too
No,
late.
Small hiccup in our little world there, which hopefully will get rectified today.
It needs to because you guys got a lot of podcasters that go live later.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, well, luckily we got about 5 or 6 hours, so that should be more than enough time, I would hope, for us to get this rectified.
Yeah, but we're the main gig. We're the dudes. This is the show.
This show had to go on, so I made it happen. That's all I have to say. I didn't have a better background on FL.
Yeah, GB definitely had our back with this one. Don't mind this show being a little discombobulated.
Comes up automatically.
JB with the save day. Jeez. Yeah, so what are we at? We're on the TV right now. We're on your YouTube and the Huddle Facebook page.
The Huddle Facebook page, my YouTube.
And I shared it to the usual groups too.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we're missing our Twitter feeds, which actually, believe it or not, our Twitter feeds are fire. We get a lot of viewership from our Twitter feeds. So Rob's probably messaging me later like, dude, what happened? I'm like, oh my God.
Well, I'm going to say the defense didn't travel well because guess what? They didn't play this preseason. No teams really played their starters all year, and what we're seeing is rust from one aspect or another.
Yeah, I think the only ones that did was the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's what I was about to say.
And they looked the best out of everybody because of it.
Yep.
Right.
I was about to say the same exact thing, Ken. It's Kansas City, they've looked the best because most of their starters have played, whereas with everyone else, I mean, on the Bears defense, I'll say this. The front four, not so much, but the secondary did get a lot of playing time or intermixed in with the second, third, and fourth squads. So the secondary for the Bears did get a little extra playing, but the linebacking core and the front four, not so much, especially like Montez Sweat, whose PFF grade was abysmal this week, by the way. But that's fine, though, because he was kind of more of the decoy for the new kid with 2 sacks. But, I mean, it showed. And offensively, that offensive line was abysmal in Chicago. Look at the offensive lines in Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit, not so much, but a little bit. Look at some of these offensive lines, how terrible they played this week. It showed that they're not getting enough preseason time.
Absolutely. You even had Zach Tom giving up a sack, and it doesn't do that shit ever.
I'm still pissed about
that. We're talking about a combination of Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter there getting around him. So that's a huge difference from your average starting defensive tackles in the league. So
I was gonna say, but Zach Tom's played against high competition before and wasn't giving up sacks like that.
I'm still mad you guys snagged Zach Tom. I remember I got to meet him down here in Florida, talk to the kid, great guy. The one place he didn't want to go is where he went. I was so hoping the Bears were going to snag him, and you guys picked him like I think you were 2 or 3 picks ahead of us, and you snagged him. I was so mad because he is. I just like the kid just as a person. After meeting him, talking to him, so I can't root against him. I guess that's why Rob can't watch Hard Knocks.
Okay, he's mentioned stupid comments twice. I got to throw my disclaimer out there. Isaac's in the chat. It just joined us.
Oh shit!
Hello.
Welcome, Isaac.
What is this platform?
It's Restream. Yeah, Streamyard right now.
I do want to give my normal disclaimer that comes out automatically. The views and opinions of Jeremy Ballrig Jr. does not reflect that of Kneecap Fighting with the Motor City Lions, Huddle on Sports Network, or Smoking Jeremy B. He said we should sign Tease Tabor back and get bench Gibbs and get a mirror. Oh my God!
Is your son not a Lions fan? Is that what that means?
He is. He just likes screwing with JB.
He's a troll. It's a troll
Hey,
account.
He's trolling.
I think your dad's on point, right?
Trolling. He's
Yes,
trolling.
I love it.
Field goals on the first game of the season by so many kickers. Let's address that one. Atlanta got beat by 6 field goals.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to win that division.
Look at offenses were terrible overall, though. I mean, not just. But I mean, look at Atlanta. That's not bad. I'll take that. Chicago, all our touchdowns were defensive, special teams. The offense, here's the thing that killed me about Chicago. I mean, Caleb played bad, but you kind of trickle down, right? The line was terrible, which leads to the pressure, which leads to Caleb not doing well, et cetera, et cetera. But what do? I think they got themselves in position for a field goal or two. And then they made the 2-point conversion. That's what didn't get me. It was like, and we were saying this yesterday when we had Billy on. Like, they struggle all day, and then after the pick 6, all right, let's go for 2. And they make it look like it was the easiest thing on the planet, right? But they couldn't do anything the whole day. And you know what? That was a lot of teams, not just Chicago. That was Atlanta with 6 field goals. That was obviously Cincinnati losing to New England.
I want to address this right now. How about Joshua Dorr? You quit asking about reporters like they're players, or I'll block you from the channel because I'm sick of it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
I mean, offensive lines, I know a lot of people are bitching about, my running back didn't do well. My quarterback, right? My quarterback didn't do well. My receivers didn't do well. I'm sorry. Let's look at everyone's offensive line. I'm going to try to figure this out and do this. I want to see, is there a single offensive line that PFF graded well this weekend? You're going to have some individual performances, right? But as a whole, they have the Lions, dude. You gave us some sacks, and you guys, and the Rams, your Lions didn't do bad.
3 ranked above a 75, which anything above a 75 is considered elite by PFF. So don't even sit here and start that shit.
So JB, because like I said, I haven't looked at everyone's scores yet. Okay, if you look at, I know I looked at the Bears and I looked at the Titans because that was the game that my game. So I'll give you fine. I mean, okay, that's one squad that's like one squad out of what, 32? I mean, I'm saying across the league, I would assume if you were to take the average PFF score for Lions during the season, Joe is saying the app isn't letting them on. That it says.
I know.
Okay, you got that. Okay. That's weird. I've never seen that happen. Like the private check just popped up in front of my face. I'm like, whoa. But anyways, I would say that the overall PFF grades for offensive lines in week 1 versus say a week 6 is severely low, and it goes back to what we were saying before. They don't play enough in the preseason, and just to make JB happy, they don't do enough two-a-days. But I'm telling you that's all. We said this coming into the season, and we saw it this weekend. So if you're bitching about, my quarterback didn't do as well, my offense was stagnant. Well, no shit, Sherlock, because they didn't play, and it's going to take 2 weeks. Like,
go figure. Your offensive line was offensive.
Go figure. I mean, and look at the Packers. Traditionally are strong and work.
We suck. Our O-line sucked too. We only have one guy graded out.
There's 3 O-lines in the league that did a great job this week, and none of them went sack-free. It was San Francisco, it was the Lions, and believe it or not, it was the Texans. Those are the 3 highest-ranked O-lines in the league this past weekend. Yes, I actually went and looked that stuff up today.
So, I mean,
and I didn't put them in any particular order. I just said those were the top 3.
Yeah. I was looking at Bayless Jones yesterday because he's the hot topic in Chicago, believe it or not. It's not the O-line. It's Bayless Jones, who graded it at 71 or something like that, or in the 70s. It's like the guy is great if he's not returning kicks, right? I mean, so, it's not like Bears fans. It's not that Caleb had a bad day. It's not that the receivers had a bad day, which a couple, I mean, there were some drops, got it. But the O-line was terrible. Why was the O-line terrible? Well, look, at some guys who normally grade well, like Tevin Jenkins, uncharacteristically scored really bad. Why is that? Not enough preseason time. They didn't get enough time to play. You know, I mean, and we're going to see these kinds of things for the next week, maybe two, maybe by week 4, right? The O-lines will be a little bit better. The offenses will be better. These first couple of weeks, defenses will shine. Now, if you've got a great defense, your team probably won its game. Because this is that time of the year where defenses will win games more than offense.
Right. And while everybody was giving the Lions a little bit of shit because of not getting a lot of sacks, guess who was tied for pressures in the entire league this week?
Well, I'm going to have to go with, since it's phrased like that, Hutch.
Yes, it was. Guess who was
Well,
tied
yeah,
for
I mean,
third?
look at that makeshift O-line that the Rams play with. They had to get the ball out quick.
Right. Matt Stafford was getting the ball out in 2 to 2.5 seconds, which is why he didn't get a lot of sacks. But at the same time,
yeah, he was missing the whole left side of his. Yeah, he was missing the whole left side of his O-line. Missing no boom went out early after that block on who was it? I think it was Arnold. No, not Arnold. It was Hutch that he blocked, and then he got injured shortly after, carted off. Man, they were missing their second CB. That's why, like, credit to the Lions. You know, they basically beat him down in that run game. They just killed him with the rush.
Except in the third quarter. It's my only gripe about the offense.
Yeah, but the Rams, they played a hell of a game. You know, to have that many missing pieces. They lost Puka very early, which sucks. They now lose him for 4 weeks. They have their second best cornerback was missing. So they had I think it was a rookie that was covering Jamison Williams, which is always a bad thing. You know, covering a speedy wide receiver.
That wasn't a rookie. That was Tre'Davious White, a former top 25 cornerback.
Oh yeah, Tre'Davious White was covering him. Oh yeah, Tre'Davious White was covering him on that play. But I think the whole game they were missing their second best wide corner. You know, Tre'Davious White, he lost a lot of steps.
I was going to say,
moved on from him.
Yeah, I was going to say, now we see why the Bills got him.
Yeah, he had that ACL injury, and then, Tre'Davious White wasn't the guy that he used to be. He used to be one of the best corners in the league. Now he just sucks. Yeah.
I'm going to ask something of the Vikings fan here. He says Darisaw owns Hutch. How come he sacked you guys 3 times in the last 2 games of the year last year?
Oh,
Luca.
Actually, I like, hey, JB, we have to have your dad on more often. I like his comment there about the Lions' overtime drive. It was impressive because the way that whole game went was kind of sloggy, right? And then it was like, okay, it's overtime, and the Lions' offense was like, oh, I guess we should play now. And they came out and had their most impressive drive of the game. In the overtime, they just walked on down the field, said, okay, here you go, David. Why don't you just walk in the end zone, which he did. And it was like, wait a minute, where was this the whole second half? It was a very impressive drive, and I get it. It's overtime. Let's end this. Let's go home. But it was impressive, and that was the most impressive thing they did all day. It was great.
Oh, and now he's going to say because he only went up 1. Joe can't get in.
Oh, yeah.
He has to back out and do all the stuff.
Anti-Raider app is what it is, Joe. It's anti-Raider.
Free app. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Joe.
Hey, Isaac hasn't cleared you with the IRS yet. That might be the problem.
Right?
It shows you still logged in on the app. I'm going to remove you real quick as a guest.
There you go.
Not ban you. And then you try to hop back in. There.
It's outside of.
Darisaw didn't play yesterday. He's talking about the Vikings.
Luca's got the grades for the Vikings, so their O-line graded pretty well. I mean, look, I'm not saying that one, you're not going to have some O lines that. No, sorry, Josh, this isn't CBD vape. Sorry. There are going to be some O lines that scored well, but overall, the O lines across the league are markedly worse than they were normal.
Josh,
it's just you got to give it a few weeks. The Bears O line, like right now, it's funny for the Bears O line. When we look at the PFF grades, the problem area of last year was a problem area of this year. Right guard and center. Now, when they swapped centers out midway through, the grades got better. But I can't say that that's because you switched personnel versus the D line now for Titans have wore down a little bit. Now you got fresh legs versus used legs. So I'm not ready to hit the 5-alarm bell in Chicago yet. Let's see how they do Sunday night. But
yeah, you're not hitting the bell yet, but you're kind of starting to lift the hand up.
You're hovering. Yeah, you're getting ready to hover and go, okay, what's out there in the market? Are there some guys we can pick up for, at the center position or the right guard? The problem for the Bears is this. You can't cut Nate Davis. He literally costs you more money to cut. It's cheaper to keep him.
Rip off the Band-Aid. The Lions did it for 2 years.
Yeah. But the thing is, I like, what though, and I agree with you, JB, and you know what? I think Poles would do it because we've got money, right? It's not like we don't. The problem is there has to be something out there that we can sign. There's gotta be someone that we can sign that's better than Nate Davis, and so if there isn't a guy that he feels is better than Nate Davis, then he's not going to do it. That's the problem. What's out there in free agency right now? It's probably not overflowing. I don't know. Maybe we should go look at the Packers practice squad and go steal their linemen because they seem to always make good ones.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, Sam Darnold looked better than I thought. I mean, even though the Giants suck, they're just a terrible ran organization. Their defense is non-existent. Their offense is non-existent because Daniel Jones just sucks. Malik Neighbors is the only guy that's worth a crap on that whole team, and then Dexter Lawrence, of course, and then but they just were abysmal. And Darnold looked almost like a real starting quarterback instead of a number 2 or number 3. It was like Aaron Jones was impressive. I was sad to see, man. I almost cried. Aaron Jones looked really impressive on his
early. Week 3, he'll be my back, my hip.
Well, look at. I mean,
my mangina.
It's gonna be funny, Rob.
Said here, if week 1 is like a preseason game, like the dress rehearsal, like we've all been saying ever since they went to 3 games, the North is looking good. The Packers will rebound. Love is healthy.
Yeah,
and he's absolutely right.
Last year, when Jones went down, it was horrible. He went down week 1. He went down so early last year. It was that.
Oh, hello there, Yoli.
Yoli found us.
Yoli,
yeah.
Yoli.
Whoa. The Limp Bizkit Yoli remix.
That's right.
I mean, Luca, that's a good comment. And Luca, I mean, hey, first off, congratulations on getting back to the New York metro area alive. We know that can be a tough thing these days, especially when we're in the other teams, the opposing team's jersey. Good job on that. I hope you enjoy your trip. I wonder how many Bears fans are going to be in Houston. I'm sure quite a few this week. Let's see how week 2 is. I think week 2 is we start getting into these games more so tomorrow. I mean, a little bit today, obviously, but it's going to be interesting to see what the adjustments these offensive lines make. The offenses will get better across the board, and the injuries. Like Puka now being out. Is his an MCL too? Has he got an MCL strain?
Yeah,
I got to tell you, dude. That's the soup du jour of the season. Every year, it's like. This year it's going to be MCL sprains are going to be the soup du jour.
Well, Puka's a little different. He was injured all throughout preseason. You know what I mean? Like Puka was, basically limping. He should have even started.
No, I get that, Isaac. But that's 3 guys now with an MCL sprain. It's Love, Adunze, and Puka.
Yeah, that's sad. That sucks about Odunze. Like, I didn't find that out until after the game. It was like, man, I got him on my fantasy on my bench.
So do I, because I think he's going to end up the number 1 by the end of the year.
Oh, I like to announce, by the way, I'm undefeated 3-0 in fantasy this week. All 3 teams won. That never happened.
We had 7 guys in a pick'em pool, and it was just picking the game straight up, right? Guess who won the pick'em pool out of our 7 guys?
What were you? Let me guess. They all went 0 no. They all won 1 game. You won 2.
I went 12-4, and the next closest guy to me went 9 and.
Nice.
In one of my leagues, I destroyed the guy I faced, and CMC didn't even play for my team.
Hey, RT Pants, I get that. I understand your pain. Let me address this really quick. The whole DirecTV.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to have DirecTV.
The Niner game,
okay, and I'm not trying to advertise for any TV provider whatsoever. Okay, I've had cable, I've had DirecTV, I did YouTube TV, which was great, by the way. I'm not going to say anything bad, but even here's what you need to do, honestly, if you can. Get off these platforms like DirecTV, the streamers like YouTube TV and all them, because they're not bad. None of these are bad. DirecTV, yeah, it's expensive. But you get a lot of channels, a lot of choice. YouTube TV, not as many channels, but still a good service. And I actually enjoyed my YouTube TV. A year ago, I got off of those and I went to an IPTV, Internet Protocol Television. There are hundreds of providers out there. I'm sure someone in your area is giving you a little business card with that. I don't know the legality. Supposedly it's legal, not legal. I don't know. But here's the thing I do know. I've been on an IPTV provider for over a year, and I don't worry about these contract deals anymore, dude. I mean, and here's the cool thing. If I want to watch the Lions game, I can watch it on the local Detroit channel. Yep. If I want to watch the Bears game, I can watch on WFLD Channel 32 Chicago. If I want to watch the Packers game, I can watch it on the Green Bay Fox. I mean,
let me give the quick shout out. Thanks, JB, for hooking me up with that. You've made the opening weekend awesome.
I sat there and watched Red Zone TV till Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, all of us
watch the Red Zone channel.
Hey, good to see you, Ken. From one Ken to another, and that's a smart Ken, obviously, the one who is, having to go places. The rest of us aren't smart. But no, I mean, look at all the guys in House Hall. We're with one specific IPTV that we use. Like I said, there's a bunch of them out there. And I'll tell you what, I love it. It just, if you can find you an IPTV, look, we're such a small audience. Like DirecTV is not going to come after me because we're not hurting their bottom line by saying it. But IPTV is great. There are some issues like any other provider, but nothing compared to the streamers or the traditional network / streamers, because I don't worry about Disney's latest contract with the DirecTV expire because they're negotiating for more money, or with my local cable TV provider. I'll be honest. My internet bill used to be internet and DirecTV bill was over $200. Now I'm $100 for both combined. And I have more access. I mean, find you an IPTV. I'm sorry to kind of take this in our way, but guys, I know you guys want to watch football, and look, football's changed, right? Back in the day, you couldn't be like we are now. Like, I'm a Bears fan living in Florida. Ken's a Packer fan in New York. Isaac's a Packer fan in California. Rob's a Packer fan.
Hey there, Rob. I've never put ketchup on my steak, and I've had quite a few 4,000-yard passes.
JB is the only one here who's in the same town. JB's the only guy who's in the same town as his
Who puts ketchup on their steak?
Yeah,
and we're and none of us are in our team's market yet. We all catch our team's game.
Mm-hmm.
Just put that out.
I will say that the internet provider TV one that we use, because Ken is using it, is NFLHD.TV. Yeah, that's it, right?
Yep.
NFLHD.TV.
Yep.
$99 a year. You can't go wrong. You get every sport. You get every live sports game, whether it's NFL or not. I don't care if it's hockey, baseball, basketball, WNBA. It's all there.
Oh, that was Joe.
Wait,
That
let's
was
go
Joe
back.
saying this.
Let's go back to someone putting ketchup on steak. What's going on there?
I don't get that one.
That's a sin.
Yeah, Rob, I don't know what you're talking
steak
about.
sauce is a sin. If you got to put steak sauce on your steak, you don't know how to cook a damn steak.
Yeah, well, look, he's in Minnesota, so they really don't know. You would think they would, but obviously they don't.
It's a bit of that Canadian mentality dripping
down.
Yeah.
I put
on my steak is prior to cooking, and that's a binder. I use a binder to put my rub on it. I let it marinate with the rub and everything overnight. I throw it either in the oven or on the grill, low and low.
Hey, Joe, inbox me and I'll send you my IPTV so you can get off your direct TV.
Who watches WNBA? Lots of people now that Caitlin Clark's in it.
Yeah, see, Joe's got it, man. You got to season the steak right. You know what though? Look at with Brazilian steakhouses, they just sea salt. I'll tell you, phenomenal. I mean, give me in my house because my wife's Puerto Rican. It's adobo on everything.
I am starting to like this one because I love the TV show. So I figured, what the hell? I'll try it because it's a show about cattlemen. The Yellowstone steak seasoning they sell at Walmart is amazing.
It is. I agree with you.
That's true. He is in Iowa. He is in Iowa. That is true. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand this. Rob Haskell is in Iowa. You know what Iowa stands for, right? Idiots out wandering aimlessly. Just saying. You know what else is interesting about Iowa with their state flag? They're the only state flag that reverses on both sides, so it's never inverted. The lettering when you look through the flag, it's one of the weird things. Iowa's an interesting state. I mean, look at Iowa. They produce tight ends like nobody's business.
Oh yeah, and they produce pretty good offensive linemen too.
Yeah, it is.
You know what's great about Iowa too? Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Just ask Aaron Rogers that is.
Well,
Rogers.
Shit, I'd sit there and I'd go on an ayahuasca trip with Rogers.
Today's show is completely off the rails, brought to you by our inability to operate our StreamYard today, and JB saving us. But you know what? We need a day like today with a bunch of fuckery to go around. Because, why not? It wouldn't be us, it wouldn't be fun, and it wouldn't be football. And here we are talking about steak seasoning, TV providers, and God knows what else all. Because let's face it, week one, while it was fun to have football back, on some level was a complete shit show. On some level, he's got some people going, "Oh my God, we're winning it all." I mean, what else is there to say?
So many teams shit the bed. So many teams shit the bed.
Amen,
Raiders.
Joe. Joe says because they're pushing cows from the time they're kids.
That would explain some of Haskell's actions in Iraq.
Yeah, the problem is when they're pushing them, it's not from the side, it's from behind, but with one hand.
Oh my goodness! I tell you, man. So hey, let me.
Hey, if we're going off the rails, I'm taking this sumbitch out in the field.
I'm about to take us way off the rails.
Yeah, I do have one football comment to make though, real quick. Antoine Winfield Jr. being out for the Buccaneers might be as huge a blow as when their starting corner went down that made Carlton Davis have to play outside.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible for them. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he's out for at least 4 weeks. He was put on the IR. They didn't give a designation yet.
So I'm going to take us completely off the rails real quick on everyone's favorite topic in football. Yes, this has to do with the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh my God. Twitter is ablaze with controversy right now over, yes, you guessed it, Taylor Swift. Why? Because she is friends with Patrick Mahomes' wife.
Swifties.
I guess at the US Open, they had a box. Kelsey and Mahomes had a box, and of course, wife and girlfriend are there, and they're hamming it up, having a good time like they should at a sporting event. Oh my God, the world is ablaze. How dare she be friends with Patrick Mahomes' wife? Her boyfriend's best friend and teammate's, spouse. oh my God, this is terrible. Ban the NFL, ban Taylor Swift, ban Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes because of his wife. This is terrible.
It's that time of year where no matter what political side you lean on, everybody's going to hate you.
And just throw a rock in any direction. You'll hit a fucking idiot.
I mean, by extension, I guess we should all be banned because, you know, for some reason, I'm sure there'll be a reason. We should all be banned too because we're talking about it now. I don't know. But I mean, dude, it's like, I mean, what are you, if you're Taylor Swift, let's just try to be rational for a moment. If you're Taylor Swift, right, and you're dating Travis Kelce and you're at a sporting event with Patrick Mahomes and his wife, and Patrick is Travis's quarterback and best friend, what are you supposed to do? Hey, bitch, you go sit over there and don't talk to me? Oh, by the way, Travis, your best friend's wife is trash. We shouldn't. I mean, do you really think that's how the real world works?
In their deluded minds of the super far left and the super far right, if you're not buying into our ideology, you hate America and you want everything.
100%. And it's got to be 100%. I can't agree with you on 99 issues and pick one. And if there's one issue we don't disagree with, it doesn't matter. It's absolutism, right? And I'm just like, I can't believe this is the controversy. And you know it's going to get talked about in the NFL circles too. And it's like, guys, come on. I mean, they're teammates. They're going to have their significant others with them. They're going to get along because if they don't get along, believe it or not, that's going to affect them on the field. So maybe you could say it's Taylor making the best of a bad situation if she doesn't agree with Brittany Mahomes' stance on stuff. Or, my God, she's being like, okay, I don't agree with you on this, but we can still be friends. I mean, because I don't agree with Rob and Ken and everything, but yeah, we're still friends.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, I do have one thing that I have noticed with all these conventions going on and everything. How come Republican supporters are able to have their face on TV and everything else, and all the Democrats have to cover it with a mask or scarf?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Exactly my point.
Look, there's we're not a political show, but politics
it's not supposed to be.
Politics has seeped its way into the NFL with this, and I'm not trying to be political with it. I'm just saying it's just hilarious it's just hilarious that two teammates have their significant others, and now they're supposed to hate each other because of politics. And what I'm saying, try not to be political about this, right? Is that look at their teammates? This is their significant others. They're gonna they need to get along for sake of the team and their significant others.
She's just a down to earth chick, just because she's like super billionaire. Yeah, maybe she's just down to earth and she's letting her hair down and just being human and just being what the fuck, man.
But if you want to be political, exactly what Rob said. Maybe Taylor and Brittany are showing the rest of the political world what it should be. That hey, we may not agree on everything, but we can be friends and do things and have a good time and cut it up and enjoy a sporting event together. Maybe, just maybe, I don't know, it could be me in my weird way of thinking, they are doing something positive.
I mean, just like her song says, the haters will hate.
That's right. That's right.
Shake it.
So not trying to be political.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Hey, when you have haters, you're doing something right.
Yeah, we're gonna say Isaac's got Taylor Swift CD on repeat all the time.
Hell yeah, next to Backstreet Boys.
Because you want it that way, huh?
He's gotten almost as good as The Rock at lip syncing to Shake It Off now.
Shake it off.
The show is going off the
rails. Absolutely. No, Rob, the show started off the rails. We're the next county over right now.
I mean, just leave the politics out of sports, guys. Stop trending on Twitter to boycott the Kansas City Chiefs because two players' significant others are friends. I mean, just stop.
I mean,
that's the dumbest thing, anyways. Yeah.
Boycott the Chiefs.
Isaac, Joe's got a request. You got to sing the rest of the song.
I'm going to make this statement one time, and it's one of the ways I run my show on my channel. Freedom of speech is what this country was built off of. It's the First Amendment for a reason. So therefore, we're free to have our opinions. So hating someone for their opinion is unconstitutional.
Yes. No censorship. Fuck censorship.
Amen. Fuckity fuck, as Cartman would say.
You goddamn Russian bot. You're a damn Russian bot. Oh, I'm sorry. I can actually see you. You must not be a bot. Yeah. We're all bots. We're AI generated.
I smoke the devil's lettuce.
That is why I have been the way I am. And as soon as I saw the fucks come flying on the other Huddle Sports Network shows, I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, come on. We used to have somebody on here before he got kicked off. They'd be fuck. I figured I should get a kick out of that one.
I know this isn't my normal show, but I do have a paying sponsor that helps me pay for my StreamYard. Would you guys mind if I do my
Yeah.
Plug in.
Just my paying sponsor. I'm not doing the hater ones. Everybody, if you live up in right here to Brandon Service at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road in Flint, Michigan, where the water's shit, but the tires are good. Stop in and check us out. Use tires at $40 and up. New tires. Call to get your quote. 810-233-8230. Talk to George, Red, or myself because, hey, they also pay me to work there, too, so it's pretty good. I get paid twice by them.
Hey, and if you guys are wondering, hey, wait, JB, throw the picture back up for the viewers one more time. I gotta give them a little tidbit here. If you look at this picture, our dear viewers, are you gonna throw it up? Where's it at? Where's the picture of it?
Which one?
The one, the shop, the one you just set up.
Yep.
Oh,
throw up their information. Yep, there you go. All right, if you notice that van right there, if you see it down by the river, yes, that is JB's current residence down by the river.
Yeah, I'll be going
inside.
In a van down by the river.
Down by the river.
You know what's sad? What's funny though? I mean, that was a great skit back then, but now people do live in a van down by the river. But these vans are like these RV vans. I mean, I look at, dude. I mean, these guys get their little Elon Musk satellite internet stuff, the Starlink. They put it on there, and they just they remote work, and they park their vans in by these rivers and beautiful views. I don't know if I could ever do that because I like to have all my stuff.
Luca,
yeah.
There's never candy in the van.
The sign is never candy.
I've made that mistake too many times. There's never any candy.
Want some candy?
The only sign that is put on the side of that van is free wine or free tacos because that attracts cougars.
and it is Taco Tuesday. And speaking of sponsors, I'm having me a nice cup of Bear 6 Actual today.
Amen. There you go, brother.
Uh-huh.
It's
actually, you know what's funny? I mean, Steve is probably looking for us right now. So Steve, who's our roaster, our coffee roaster, I've learned more about coffee, and I love coffee. I've been drinking coffee forever, and he's got me in the cold brewing. And then when cold brew came out, Starbucks, I'm like, some trendy little, snobby kid thing. So I made up a batch of cold brew this weekend and started drinking it yesterday. Just changed my whole outlook. Now I go from hot coffee, which I'm doing right now, and then this afternoon it goes cold brew, and oh my god, I'm loving it.
Oh shit, Ken's into the iced coffees. Next thing you know, it's going to be
no. Cold brew is different.
Cold brew's not iced coffee, bro. Cold brew's different.
Come on, I'm just trying to fuck with Ken. Damn it! Just
no, it's not. I mean, I don't put ice in it. It's just cold brew. But I mean, I'm like, okay, there's something to this. So I've taken my pop, that I have, like, Mountain Dew, and it's all going to the side, and now I'm cold brewing it.
Ken,
I'm digging the coffee.
That cold brew is a gateway drug.
Gateway to what? Because they might legalize marijuana.
Coffee's bold and nutty, and now you're starting to drink cold coffee.
Bold and nutty.
Yeah, it's a good espresso.
Skip the bold part. Just went straight to
I'll
nutty.
tell you what, though, JB. Yeah, no, keep the pumpkin latte, the pumpkin spice away, man. But I mean, I'll tell you what, that espresso blend, that Bear 6 Actual, is actually his #1 selling coffee.
Oh my
I know,
God!
I'm just giving you a little shit.
Are you a pumpkin spice latte
No.
guy?
You know what's funny though? Let's be real though. When pumpkin spice first came out, we all tried one and went, this is different. And then that was it.
I don't mind it, but I'm not going to sit here doing backflips trying to break myself.
Pumpkin spice lattes and everything. Pumpkin spice is in everything these days.
Like, I had one back in the day. I was like, okay, this is different. And then it was in everything. I'm like, well, now it's not so different. Now I'm sick of it.
I was like,
I'm
like
on that bad take.
I even had one of the exes try to break out pumpkin spice condoms.
Have a great day, everybody. Kenny Talk with Smoking Jeremy B is up next.